Beast Prince.
Honestly, I'm trying to.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial is going to be on how I do my Valentine's Day date night look. This look is very pink and I also did a glossy lip. I also used a lot of highlighter just so we glow a lot, but this is a very beginner friendly makeup tutorial. So let's get right into it. Right now I'm just using my NYX eyebrow pencil in the shade Espresso to fill in my eyebrows. So the best way to keep my eyebrows looking as natural as possible is to move my pencil upwards into my hair, and this also helps me follow my natural arch as well. As you can see, I'm flipping back and forth between my pencil and the spoolie at the tip. This is helping me comb out my eyebrows and also spread out my product evenly. Once my eyebrows are filled to perfection, I'm going to use my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Warm Honey to clean up my eyebrows. Once I'm done cleaning up under my eyebrows, I'm just going to go ahead and bring that concealer all the way down because this is going to start the base for my eyeshadow. So now I'm just using one of my favorite blending brushes to go ahead and blend that concealer out a little bit because of course we don't want any harsh lines. So now I'm going to use that same LA Girl Pro Concealer and set the base for my eyeshadow. Yes, I use my concealer for my eyeshadow base. I don't really use anything else for an eyeshadow base. Concealer works best for me. And I just go ahead and apply a couple layers just so that it's nice and thick and the pigment shows through. Now I'm just going to go ahead and set that concealer with my favorite Maybelline Loose Finishing Powder in the shade Medium Deep. You can find this at any Target or Walmart and it's honestly very cheap. I think it's like $5. So I'm just making sure that that concealer is nice and matte and ready for eyeshadow. So right now I'm just going to take my Morphe 35M palette and I'm going to get eyeshadow started. Right now I'm using a cranberry color in my Morphe fluffy brush to go ahead and blend that out in my crease. So I'm just taking that color and building it up a little bit more until it's where I want it to be. And then I'm going to take my Wet n Wild blending brush and just go ahead and blend that out a little bit. So now I'm going to take my LA Girl Pro Concealer and go ahead and cut my crease. And to do this, I like to use a flat rounded brush. It's a lot easier to work with. So now I'm going back to my Morphe 35M palette and I'm going to use the dark burgundy color to go in and define my crease a little bit more. So now I'm going back in with more concealer just to clean up my crease. Now I'm using the shade Glitz and Glam on my eyelid. So now I'm just going to take my NYX matte gel liner and create my wing. A lot of people always ask me what I use to do my wing, and I like to use this and Inglot gel liner mixed with Duraline drops. So now I'm going to take my Fenty Pro Filtr primer and just go ahead and prime my skin to get ready for that foundation. And I'm taking my beauty blender and I'm just going to blend it out. I don't really like to use brushes for my foundation. I really am a beauty blender fan. And I also like to use Real Techniques sponge. So now I'm going to go in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Warm Honey and highlight underneath my eyes. I'm also going to highlight my forehead and my nose. So now I'm going back in with LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Cool Tan just to give me a lighter highlight. And to blend this out, I'm going to use the part of the beauty blender that already has foundation on it. And going towards my eyes, I'm going to use the pointy part of the beauty blender. So now I'm going in with my Sephora foundation stick in the shade Mahogany. I usually don't cream contour, so I made mistakes, but we're just going to work through this and I'll show you guys how I blended this out. So as you can see, I put a little bit too much by my hairline, but I'm just going to use my Real Techniques contour brush to go ahead and blend that out. And then I'm going to go in with my beauty blender, the end that I had with my foundation on it, just to go ahead and lighten that up and blend it out a little bit. But as you can see, it's not really affecting the way that my face looks because it can act as a bronzer for me because the shade isn't too dark. So I'm just going to go ahead and balance that out with my foundation and also my concealer. Now I'm just going to go ahead and blend that contour out on my nose. Using my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Setting Powder in the shade Medium Deep, I'm just going to go ahead and set my highlighted areas. Now I'm going to use my Sephora Perfection powder in the shade Caramel just to go ahead and set my whole face. To highlight my face, I'm using Fenty Beauty's Killawat and Ginger Binge and Mascara Mule. I'm also going to use Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trio to go ahead and add a little bit more color. And last but not least, my favorite lashes. I'm going to go ahead and add on my favorite icon lashes. You can find these at your local beauty supply store. I don't know if every store has them, but I get mine from Elegant Beauty Supply Store. I'm just going to brush the rest of that powder I used to highlight off of my face and just go ahead and set everything in. And then I'm going to use my Morphe setting mist and just go ahead and spray that all over my face. Going in with that cranberry color, I'm just going to go back in and put that under my lash line. Because I don't usually wear eyeliner, but I usually go and smoke out my lash line. So now the hair scarf is off, edges are laid, and we're ready to go ahead and line our lips and put on our lip color. I'm not really a matte girl. I love a glossy color. So I think the color we're going to work with here is by Dose of Colors. And I'll go ahead and list that below in the description box. But yeah, I'm not really sure of the name of that. But thank you guys for watching. This has been a long time coming. I just want to say that initially when I put this lip color on, I did not expect it to be this glossy and this pretty. But I love this color. I'll definitely be wearing this a lot more. But I love the way this look turned out. This look turned out great.